In this video, we're going to look at example 4, interpreting the zeros of a function from section 3.5. So we're told that Acme Innovations makes and sells lamps and that their profit P in hundreds of dollars earned is a function of the number of lamps sold, X in thousands. So take note of that. Make sure you know that this is X is in thousands and P is in hundreds of dollars. All right. So when you start to figure out the solution, you want to make sure it's in the right, the right denomination. From historical data, they know that their company's profit is modeled by the function shown, which is right here, and then we already have it graphed. And then we want to know what the zeros of the function tell you about the number of lamps that Acme Innovations should produce. All right, so since we're a company, we're trying to make profit, right? We want to make money, not lose money. So what's going on here is that anytime we're above the x-axis, so everything up here is considered profit. Okay, and anything below the x-axis, we'd be losing money. All right, whatever we're producing is not producing money, or is not making us money, sorry. So to have a profit, we're looking at the point here, or this part of the graph, and then this curve here, and the second part. All right, so both points on that graph, there would be a profit based on this function. And your zeros in that case are -2. All right, so we have a 0 here, we have a 0 at 3, and we have a 0 at 10. So the positive intervals are this one over here, which is where x is less than -2, and then in between here, where x is between 3 and 10. All right, so that is when we're positive. So our positive intervals, let's list those. Our x is less than -2, and when x is between 3 and 10. Now, the x is less than -2 doesn't really make any sense in this case. Real life scenario, this company, they're producing, what are they making? They're making lamps. They can't make -2 lamps. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. So we can actually eliminate this that interval. It's not going to be a concern of ours. So that makes the problem incredibly simple. Since we have the function of the graph, we could just interpret it very, very easily. And the zeros tell us that we should produce between, in this case, 3 and 10. And remember, this is in thousands. So Acme Innovations, if they want to make a profit, should produce between, and we're looking between 3 and 10, but since we're in thousands, Acme Innovations should produce between 3,000 and 10,000 lamps. All right, and based on this function, this model, anywhere between 3 and 10,000, they're going to make a profit. Now, if you want to go into a little bit more detail with this, your profit, they're maximizing their profit somewhere in this range up here. So they're probably going to want to make, to maximize profit, somewhere around 7,000 lamps. That's where kind of the supply and the demand will meet most likely. Anything after 7,000, most likely the demand is kind of fading, so they're making more than people are going to buy. They'll still make a profit, but some of those lamps might not sell. And anything before that, they're selling, but there might be a little bit more demand, so they should make a little bit more, they should make some more lamps so that they can sell more. But what they don't want to do is they definitely don't want to make less than 3,000 because their costs will outweigh the profits. And the same thing if they go over 10,000. They're probably making a bunch of lamps that no one's going to buy. All right, there's just too many in the market, so they're not being purchased. But the very simple, straightforward question, without getting too complicated, is that this is what they should be doing, making between 3,000 and 10,000 lamps. And that's it.